this morning.
That's right. Potential for severe weather this afternoon.
Absolutely, and that's why we've issued a weather alert day to day. And I actually want to mention we have our first tornado warning in the state, not in our viewing area. It's towards Mobile. But this is going to be a long day of active weather. Let me show you your storm track radar right now. It's fairly dry and clear across most of central and north Alabama. Heavier rainfall down towards Clanton right now, stretching into the eastern part of the state, and that's going to be moving its way into Georgia. But here's what just popped up on my screen. Severe thunderstorm warning and tornado warning for Baldwin and Mobile counties. This is going to be again in South Alabama, but this is just a precursor of what's to come for folks in Central and North Alabama today. And again, it just validates why we are issuing this weather alert day. We want you to stay close to an information source throughout the afternoon. I'm monitoring the coast very closely because a lot of the thunderstorms that are developing on the coast are going to lift northward. As they do, they're going to tap into the atmosphere that has a lot of untapped energy right now, since we're not seeing a lot of rain. If we were dealing with rain this morning, that would actually help to stabilize the atmosphere. Not so much the case. Thunderstorm development from Jackson all the way down towards Hattiesburg, Mississippi. In the upper levels of the atmosphere, we are noticing winds moving in from the west as that cold front is moving in. On the surface level, winds out of the south. So what happens? Well, if you look at the atmosphere, you'll notice a change in wind direction with height. And that's why I'm putting the most enhanced opportunity for rotating storms in northwest and northwest Alabama and northeast Mississippi. But again, the weather does not know these boundaries, so all of central Alabama is actually under a slight risk for severe weather today. We are looking at already a very mild start to the morning. 65 is the current temperature as we're looking live from our Storm Track Tower Cam in Birmingham. Dew points are in the lower 60s. We have warm air in place. We have a lot of moisture. That's what that dew point tells us. And temperatures across the board, low to mid 60s. This is unseasonably warm, to say the least, for this time of year. Looking at your hour by hour forecast as we track this wet weather today, the storms that we're seeing on the coast right now lifting to the north, those will continue to lift into the Birmingham metro all the way up towards Huntsville late morning and early afternoon. Then we'll actually see a bit of a break in the wet weather. So this first line of rain is not going to carry with it the severe weather opportunity. It's later in the evening, later in the afternoon and evening, where I really think the focus of this severe weather will be too. We'll have these isolated storms develop. Those isolated, or what we call supercellular storms, will be able to feed off of the atmosphere around them. You'll notice we're not going to be covered up with rain. This is not necessarily a big rain event. These isolated storms will be locally strong. So this is why it's so important to be well informed today. You need to download our WIAT weather app and also log on to WIAT.com. I'll be updating the blog throughout the day, letting you know what parameters are in place and what you can expect for the rest of your day and even into your Thursday. Showers and storms will carry through the early morning hours tomorrow, and then we'll continue to see some waves of rain Thursday evening. Breaks here and there. It's the case of the haves and the have-nots. Let me show you a little bit more specifically about who will see what today. I've outlined the northwestern corner of the state for that significant threat. That means I think that we could see some tornadoes there, damaging winds, even some golf ball sized hail. And then we're looking at a more elevated area for threat. This includes Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, all the way up through, I would say even north of Anniston, all the way up towards Gadsden. The elevated threat means an isolated tornado is possible. Winds still strong, up to 70+ miles per hour. So even if we don't have a tornado, some of these thunderstorms will be packing a punch with quarter-sized hail. And then our southern counties, we are going to be in a limited threat there with damaging wind and hail still very possible. So all modes of severe weather are possible today. Again, that is why we have a weather alert in effect today through the early part of our Thursday. Afternoon Thursday, that severe weather threat goes away. It turns into more of a rainy forecast with the case of the haves and the have-nots for your Christmas day. Temperatures staying warm as we round out the week. Unsettled weather continues through the early part of next week. And that is a look at your Storm Track 7-day forecast. Now we'll look